From being just another underdog MMA promotion living in the UFC's shadow to signing one of their competition's biggest stars in the form of Francis Ngannou, here's everything fight fans need to know about the PFL. Starting with how the promotion came to be. The PFL burst onto the scene in 2018 and immediately shook up the industry with its innovative format. See, unlike traditional MMA organizations, PFL introduced a regular season, postseason, and championship structure, injecting a fresh burst of excitement into every bout. It's like MMA's own version of the Super Bowl, if that makes sense. You see, the PFL is one of the very few major MMA promotions that like to spice things up. They don't settle for the same old routine. They've embraced innovation since their very inception. Their mission, to crown the true champion of the MMA world. But it wasn't an easy road to get to this point. Back in 2012, the fighting world witnessed the birth of the World Series of Fighting, or the WSOF. The promotion hit the ground running with a broadcast deal on the prestigious NBC Sports Network. As the buzz built up, they wasted no time in assembling a top-notch team to deliver the action to fans around the globe. With a dream team in place, the stage was set for WSOF to take the world by storm. And take the world by storm they did. Over the years, WSOF spread its wings and hosted over 35 events in several different countries, showcasing talents from all over the world. The United States, Canada, Japan, China, and even the Philippines, WSOF left no corner of the fighting world untouched. They became a platform for some of the sport's brightest stars to shine. Names like Justin Gaethje, Marlon Moraes, and Lance Palmer became synonymous with the promotion and took it to new heights. But like any epic tale, there comes a turning point. In 2017, a group of visionary investors, led by the likes of Russ Ramsey, Mark Leshley, Ted Leonsis, Mark Lerner, and Glenn Youngkin, saw the immense potential and acquired the assets of WSOF. Change was in the air, and a new chapter was about to be written. That's when the Professional Fighters League entered the picture and changed the MMA landscape forever. In the PFL, all matches are held inside a 10-sided MMA cage known as the Smart Cage. Fighters have to follow all the basic rules in MMA, albeit with a slight twist. No elbow strikes allowed. But that's not where the changes end. See, even before the fighters step foot inside the cage, they must face the scale at weigh-ins. I know, pretty standard, right? But you see, this is where things start to switch up. Unlike the UFC, weight is not taken lightly in the PFL. If a fighter tips the scale with even a few extra pounds, they'll not only carry that burden on their shoulders, but also have 1 point deducted from their season standings. A weighty matter indeed. Then there's PFL's unique point-based scoring system. Every season, the PFL starts off with a roster of 72 fighters spread across its 6 weight classes. 5 weight classes are dedicated to men, while 1 weight class is exclusively for women. But the roster doesn't stop there. The PFL also signs talented fighters to develop contracts through their PFL Challenger Series. These up-and-coming fighters have a chance to shine on the big stage. Sometimes they make appearances as alternates during the league season, stepping in when needed and showing off their skills. Other times, they have the honor of opening the league event with showcase fights, captivating the audience right from the start. Once the season officially starts, fighters go head-to-head not just once, but twice, all in pursuit of those precious points. And how do they earn those points? Well, a win in a 3-round battle grants them a solid 3 points, a valuable boost to their standings. But hold on, there's an extra twist to keep things spicy. The PFL knows that fans love a good finish, so they throw in bonus points for those who deliver knockouts or submission victories. A first-round finish earns fighters a whopping 3 bonus points. If they wrap it up in the second or third round, they still get rewarded with 2 or 1 bonus points respectively. These bonus points can truly shake up the leaderboard and give fighters an edge. Now, let's fast forward to the playoffs, where things get even more intense. Only the top 4 fighters from each division make it to this thrilling stage. The number 1 ranked fighter squares off against the 4th ranked contender, while the 2nd and 3rd ranked fighters clash in their own electrifying showdown. These semifinals are 3-round brawls filled with heart-pounding action, determining who gets the golden ticket to the ultimate stage. And what awaits the finalists? Oh, just a 5-round championship fight that carries a jaw-dropping prize of $1 million. It's an all-or-nothing clash that tests their skills, endurance, and sheer determination. The PFL's playoff structure ensures that only the cream of the crop, the true contenders, get a shot at claiming the championship belt. The PFL's approach sets it apart from other MMA promotions. While wins are crucial, the inclusion of bonus points for finishes adds an extra layer of excitement. And the playoff structure builds anticipation and creates thrilling matchups leading to a climactic championship fight. And oh, the money! While it doesn't affect the audience, it certainly has a huge impact on the fighters. You see, in promotions like the UFC and Bellator, champion salaries are not always guaranteed. But as I just mentioned, the PFL offers fighters a shot at a guaranteed $1 million prize. This is a huge game changer, and probably one of the main reasons why so many big names are jumping ship. In January 2023, they introduced the PFL PPV Superfight Division, a groundbreaking project that partners the promotion up with social media sensation Jake Paul. The most striking aspect of the PPV Superfight model is its commitment to a 50-50 revenue split between the PFL and the fighters. This represents a significant departure from the standard practices seen in other MMA promoter organizations. By implementing this revenue-sharing structure, the PFL hopes to foster a new era of combat sports entertainment. And who better to do that with than Jake Paul? He's not just stepping into the ring as a fighter, but also taking on the roles of recruiter and promoter for the PPV Superfight division. With millions of followers on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, Paul is ready to unleash his social media prowess to rally the masses and bring the heat to this electrifying new venture. But he isn't the only one. Because former UFC champ Francis Ngannou has also signed with the PFL. Under his deal, Francis will exclusively compete in MMA on PFL pay-per-view events. But here's where it gets really interesting. He's also free to pursue a separate contract in the world of professional boxing. That's right, Francis is diving into the sweet science while wreaking havoc inside the octagon, something that the UFC was not willing to let him do. But wait, there's more. Francis isn't just an athlete in this deal. He's also becoming an executive and equity owner of PFL Africa. The PFL has big plans to launch a regional league in Africa in 2025. And Francis will be right at the forefront of this exciting venture. Talk about owning the ring both figuratively and literally. And it doesn't stop there. Francis has secured a spot on the PFL's Global Advisory Board, rubbing shoulders with legendary figures like Randy Couture. Former two-weight UFC champion Daniel Cormier hailed it as a new standard for the free agent market, while UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya sees it as a catalyst for change in MMA contracts across the board. The game is evolving, my friends. Francis' signing in particular must sting for the UFC and Dana White. Not only did the promotion knowingly hand over one of its top heavyweight fighters to a rival company, but it also risks losing out on a significant chunk of revenue. The PFL is on the rise, gaining traction as a major player in the industry, and Francis' move only strengthens its position. But it's not just about that. The impact goes beyond the immediate loss. Francis' decision to jump ship could have a ripple effect on the UFC's future negotiations with fighters. By taking a stand and seeking better contracts and opportunities elsewhere, he sets a precedent for others to follow suit. The UFC might find itself facing more challenges in retaining top talent if fighters start looking for greener pastures. Top athletes like Francis leaving can raise concerns about the UFC's ability to meet the demands of fighters and maintain its appeal. Reports indicate that the promotion has turned down requests from fighters for benefits such as health insurance, co-determination, and sponsorship rights. These developments could make other fighters hesitant about joining or staying with the UFC, and the promotion might need to reevaluate its approach to retain and attract top talent in the ever-competitive MMA landscape. So, from signing one of their competition's biggest stars in the form of Francis Ngannou to being just another underdog MMA promotion living in the UFC's shadow, this was everything fight fans need to know about the PFL.